Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 3XL podcast. My name is Ray. You can find me over on social media, over on Twitter and Twitch at RAY200123. With me, as always, in this very, very special episode of the 3XL podcast, the former Damn I Died, aka Unavailable
We're
Try
still
Again,
doing this,
my brother from
Boosie.
another mother, Dee. Dee was actually here with me in San Antonio, Texas. It was all the way from New York, who I've known for 15 years.
Yes, sir.
And very, very excited to have him here in a live episode. We had a bit of video issues, but we're going to proceed with the audio version here. But what do you think of your trip so far here in San Antonio, man?
It's been interesting. It's definitely not New York. Definitely not New York. The food has been really
Heavy?
good. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We've been all over, but so far it's been a good experience. I've enjoyed my time.
I can tell too, as far as like you, there's things that I noticed that you noticed were a little bit different as far as how more accommodating people are down here in San Antonio, more
Yeah.
respectful or greet you, like pretty much every other person. But like the biggest
Like,
difference is here from there, like what as far as
like
we
I would
noticed.
say, in out here, everything is more constant. Like the greeting. Like you have polite people in New York, of
Yeah.
course. You have them, but out here it's like everybody's saying, "Hello, how are you? Can I hold the door for you?" People are trying to help you find your way. In New York, people will look at you when you're lost,
Yeah.
and you have to ask. Um, Out here, I mean, the portions are
Yeah.
crazy
The food is
for the
heavy.
amount of money that you
Yes.
pay. The portions that you get are ridiculous to the point we couldn't finish food and whatnot, and we two big motherfuckers. I don't. For us not to be able to finish this food is crazy. Uh, like I don't see there's not as many buildings out here as there are in
Yeah.
New York.
What's the one thing you notice a
Yeah,
lot?
that there's a lot of strip malls out here, bro.
You
Like,
can, we were really like literally traveling towards the highway, so you count about 7 strip malls. Or like,
yes.
yeah,
And then you tell me that there's a actual mall. Like, what the fuck do you need an actual mall for? When you have a strip mall with all the same stores. You're like, it's different. Right now, the biggest difference is the weather.
yes,
Like leaving New York, it was 40. Coming out here, it's in the 70s, and it's just like, wow.
yeah.
And
No,
I'm not enjoying the cold in New York this year, so
yeah, and all enough, I
this
was
has
telling you too.
been,
Like the last couple weeks, early January, we had like really bad cold weather,
yeah, the snow and
and we
everything.
had even snow too. We had 2 hard freeze warnings. You even saw the signs that said
Yeah,
freeze warning, which is kind of, I guess, foreign
crazy.
to you. But
Yeah,
here, like we're terrible with it. But the fact that when you came in the day prior to you arriving in San Antonio, it was humid, it was raining, it was horrible weather. As soon as you got here, the skies cleared up, blue skies. It was beautiful.
that's the effect that I have,
I
baby.
guess so, because like
That's the effect
that,
that
or
I
God knew
have.
you were coming. He was trying to accommodate you as far as moving out of New York, whatever the case might be. But I'm glad you're having a good time here so far.
Yeah.
But once we're doing the recording, we are recording this on the day of the Royal Rumble for 2025. So we'll start with as far as the first match of the night. This one was actually surprised. It was actually part of the Royal Rumble as far as the first match on the PLE. We have the Motor City Machine Guns going against the champions DIY, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. Currently, as far as like DIY are minus 500 favorites. These are as far
Really.
as Bet Online, as far as odds against the Motor City Machine Guns being at plus 300 dogs. I don't see. I guess the Motor City Machine Guns are still relatively new. Like when did they debut? Do you remember? Because I can't
Like
remember.
late last year. I think it was late or mid last year. It wasn't early though. I don't believe.
Okay. Like I didn't even know DIY were the champions. That's how much out of touch I am with WWE.
Yeah,
But I haven't been watching much because of work and whatnot.
yeah.
But
We've just been super busy. That's why we haven't had the content that we used to have up because life is life and right now for
yeah,
both of us, which is a good and a bad thing. It's good for us as far as personal growth and moving forward, but it's kind of sucks when it comes to the channel because we were doing so well with getting content out, and now it's seems like we're trying to kind of drip feed in the content. I couldn't
yeah,
even get on the last prediction show because of life and life.
yeah. That too, and I think football kind of like took me away from a little bit from streaming. But hopefully, I keep saying that we'll have more content out, but I have more free time freed up for me during my days off. But I don't have much of a pick on this one. I'm gonna lean with the odds. But would you be surprised if DIY loses the match?
No, I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm don't know much about this feud if I'm being
Yeah,
honest.
me either.
I know that Motor City Machine Guns were the champions. I know that they had beaten the Bloodline. When DIY won them,
Oh,
I
that's
don't even
right.
have.
Yeah.
Yeah, they beat the Bloodline.
So are they? I guess they're challenging them for a rematch for the titles.
Yeah,
Okay, fuck.
because Motor City Machine Guns lost to DIY, but I don't know what this feud is entailing because even with the little bit that I've seen, don't seem like they really care about the tag
No,
team championships again.
Yeah.
So it seems like it's just on the card. I'm surprised it's not a women's title match on the card instead. Or the Intercontinental Championship or U.S. There's just I'm just surprised that there are none of those matches on the card. It's a weird card.
It is.
It's just a weird
And
card
it's
for
not that
me.
many matches either, but
No.
yeah, completely forgot about that. They lost because I think Roman or I guess the old bloodline were feuding with the new bloodline. I think that they cost
Yeah,
them.
after they caused Jay the Intercontinental
Right.
Championship. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess I forgot about that. But okay. I think DIY should win because I believe on SmackDown I do believe Tama Tonga was the one. He was kind of like looking at the tag team titles, and then DIY came to pick him up, and so they're kind of hinting at that feud's coming up next. So I assume that DIY is gonna.
Should be a good match either way, though.
It should. Well, I'm a big fan of Johnny Gargano, or Johnny Wrestling, but
Yeah, I like Tommaso Ciampa as well.
Ciampa, I think
he had a
better
great
go.
run in NXT.
Yeah.
We can't discount that. And then the Money City Machine Guns, they've always been a good tag team, and they've had pretty decent single runs. So everybody in this match is A1.
I guess let me ask you, like, does he look more like mini Kratos or like mini Triple H? Tommaso.
Little bit of column A, little bit of column B.
Well, anyways, we'll go with DIY, but I have nothing
Yeah.
else to add on this one if you want to move on.
Nah, yeah.
All right. Second match of the night. This is no particular order, by the way. This is just as far as what we know.
Because one of the Rumbles will probably open up the card, I'm pretty sure. Probably the Women's Rumble.
Right, and this one, I think I know what's happening here, but we have Cody Rhodes, I guess he's the undisputed champion, going against Kevin Owens, who's the Winged Eagle champion.
I know he stole the belt.
Okay.
I don't know what they're doing with it, but he stole the belt.
Okay. Well, I think the Winged Eagle is way better than this stupid W that they have on here. But
Agreed.
currently, this is for a ladder match. They're, I guess, hanging both belts, but I don't know why. I think the only one that actually matters is the one that Cody's holding. But Cody Rhodes right now, he is a massive favorite at minus 4,000. Kevin Owens being a plus 900 dog. So just kind of way as far as to let you guys know how the betting odds work. If you were to bet $100 if you wanted to win $100, you had to bet $4,000 to win $100 to get that money. If you were to bet $100 on Kevin Owens with the plus 900, you would win $900. So that's a heavy underdog, but do not bet on Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens should not win this match. I believe Cody should go into Mania as the World Heavyweight Champion with the challenger from the Rumble, who we'll talk to him in just a minute as far as who we think should win. But I have Cody Rhodes in this one. You got no.
I don't care.
Yeah, this is
Cody's run has been just awful to me.
Yikes.
I'm sorry. He was good chasing. I've been disinterested in his title run overall. And it's nothing against Cody. I think that he's a good worker. I just don't think that they've maximized him having a title. He seems to be one of those guys who's better chasing.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I think Paul Heyman said it too, right?
Yeah, he's good as somebody who's chasing it, kind of like The Rock was. When The Rock had the title, it was like, okay, The Rock has the title. But when he's chasing the title, it was better. Like the babyface chase is what it is. But once they get it, is where do we go from here? And I don't think that he's had great feuds. Just my opinion again.
No, I agree.
But I think that there are very few like good guys or faces who get the title after the long chase, and then their title runs are really great. So I don't care. I know Cody is going to win this match. There's no way in the world Kevin Owens is going to win this. But at the end of the day, I don't care. I guess if I'm just being completely honest.
Yeah. Honestly, there's like how long have these two been feuding? It feels like it's been forever.
I don't remember.
Okay,
I just know that he turned on Randy Orton and Cody and beat the hell out of them, and I don't know. I do prefer Kevin Owens as a heel. I'll say that much.
Yes, and he was making a lot of sense too when he was as far as talking about his issues with Cody and him. Was he helping? What was it? His beef with Cody again? Like he was helping the Bloodline or something like that. Like he feuded with them, and then he was helping them kind of a little bit with Roman.
This whole thing has gotten just so twisted and turned and diluted. I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't really give a fuck.
No one really.
If I'm just being completely honest, the bloodline shit. Now that Roman has beaten Solo, I'm more interested to see where Jacob Fatu goes and what he starts doing on his own. Hopefully, what Tama Tonga and God knows what Tonga Loa. Maybe they'll go back to being a tag team just exclusively and do something. See what Solo does. I just don't care. I don't
But
care.
there's no reason they haven't really given me much reason to care because
No.
no one really thinks Kevin Owens is going to win this match. So
Yeah.
not enough reason for us to believe that. So and of course Vegas is not falling for it either. Vegas is the smart money's on
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes, so bet the house on Cody Rhodes. But anything else you want to add to this match?
I don't care.
Okay, noted. All right, next
And
match
yes, these are
here.
still the facial expressions
Yes,
that I have.
I'm seeing this
when
live.
when we're recording this from two different locations.
Yeah.
Same facial expressions. Yes, no,
Yeah,
I
no,
don't
it's
care.
kind of what I imagined, but Dia is not disappointed so far. Third match of the night, again, no particular order. This is for the women's Royal Rumble match. As far as the women so far have confirmed, we do have as far as our Bayley, Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, Naomi, Nia Jax, Charlotte Flair, a returning Charlotte Flair, Lyra Valkyria, Ivy Now, and Raquel Rodriguez. Currently, as far as Vegas has the highest odds, bet on odds is Charlotte Flair at minus 200, Bianca Belair at plus 180, Io Sky at plus 350, Becky Lynch, who is expected to return at plus 500. Alexa Bliss was kind of added on here, but I don't know if she's going to show up or not. She's currently at plus 1,000. Other noteworthy people: Liv Morgan at plus 1,600, Jordan Grace, who is expected to be in the Royal Rumble at plus 2,600. Jade Cargill, I think, is coming back to the Royal Rumble. I kind of get your thoughts on it, but plus 4,000. Nia Jax, the biggest woman on the card, plus 5,000. And this is something I was really surprised about. Even you were kind of confused, and we're like on the way to New Braunfels. I won't say what I was going to say. As far as who was in the Rumble, Rhea Ripley is in the Rumble, even though she's a women's champion, which didn't make sense to me, but apparently she's expected to be in there. Her and Rousey are the same odds at plus 6,600. Bayley, Julia, Rodriguez are plus 10,000 as far as dog favorites or underdogs, I should say. Do you have any interest in any as far as any women as far as to show up or anyone you expect to be there?
No, I don't know what the fuck is gonna happen.
This is a big like question mark as far as who would, but
Yeah, I'm curious to see who. This is my favorite pay per view
yes.
of the year, so I'm very curious to see who shows up, who pops up. To be honest with you, I don't want to see Charlotte win.
Oh, I said the same thing too.
She's
man.
probably going
She's
to.
probably she is the favorite.
I would rather see Bianca win because she's been out of the title picture for a while. Um, Honestly, if they wanted to shock us, I would love to see Jordan Grace win.
That would be
epic.
Yes.
For her to come in and just out of nowhere win. That would be absolutely epic to me. But I'm sure we're gonna have some of the old people come back, like I don't know, maybe a Bria, Nikki Bella, Michelle McCool has been in quite a few of them. Hopefully not Trish Stratus, Alita.
Oh God, no, Lita, please. She's got that Jeff Hardy swanton drop.
So I mean, terrible. But it's like, who do you bring back? There's not like there are.
May I interest you in possibly in AJ Lee?
I haven't seen her in the ring in a while, but I would be interested in seeing her.
They were kind of hinting at it in Pat McAfee show with CM Punk was there, so he was saying like, no, she won't be in Pat McAfee because I don't buy it. So they kind of hinted something that she may possibly.
I'd be down for it.
I'm not against it. I mean, better than freaking Lita.
But I would like to see a lot of TNA talent maybe possibly show up. Masha Slamovich, who's the champion. I'd like to see her, or Rosemary, somebody who you wouldn't really think of would to come out and show up. My off the wall hope, but we all know that it's not going to happen. Is somebody from AEW? Maybe a Britt Baker because it seems like she's on the outs with AEW. So who knows? But I think all in all, unfortunately, it's going to be Charlotte that wins. Why?
I mean, we had this talk too.
Maybe Asuka comes back.
Is she?
I would love to see. I don't know, but I'm saying I would love to see her come back and possibly do something.
I think they had like some of the NXT women likely show up, like as far as like Roxanne Perez.
Yeah, she'll probably be there. Julia, Stephanie Valcour, how do you say her
Stephanie
name?
Valcour,
yeah, she might be there, but none of them have a chance to win.
Hopefully Booker T is there announcing the match for the women and Stephanie Valcour.
Well, see, to me, there's two things. There's two pay-per-views where you can really make an unknown.
Yeah.
And to me, that's the Royal Rumble.
Yes.
And that's Money in the Bank.
Those
are the two places where somebody who's not relatively high on the card can catapult themselves to the top of the card, whether it be by being one of the last ones eliminated, winning the Royal Rumble, or winning the Money in the Bank title. I mean, the Money in the Bank briefcase. I would hope that here they would try to make somebody, but it seems like it's going to be status quo. Let's throw Charlotte back in there because she hasn't been around for a while.
Ugh.
And I know that's not what we want, but that's usually what WWE does. Maybe they'll swerve us. We can hope.
I mean, everyone's holding their breath for a possible cross promotion with AEW. That everyone would lose their fucking minds.
I would love that.
Yeah,
I would love that, but I don't see it happening. Not yet, anyway.
I would throw someone. So if you were decided, say if you're Triple H, you two call Tony Khan like, "Hey, do you mind throwing us one of your women?" You don't want to throw your top female athletes in there. You probably want to throw maybe a mid Carter or someone that's respectable or decent.
It all depends. How's my wrestler gonna be treated in the paper?
That's my point. Like I think
because
it's okay
they treated Jordan Grace really well as a champion,
correct.
and Mickey James. They had pretty good showings, and they got to come out with their titles when they were TNA Knockout champions. So
maybe like a Chris Statlander, maybe.
I would let her come. The person who I would fucking lose my shit for if they allowed her to come over is Mercedes.
Mercedes, yeah,
I would lose my shit because that would be funny as hell.
She would come in Mercedes Moné and not as Sasha Banks would be. That would be for sure.
But how many times would they call her Sasha Banks on purpose?
I mean, you could say like the former Sasha Banks, now Mercedes Moné, but I mean, come out. I mean, dude, I saw her with those 4 titles she had. Like, let her come up with that, make it a global thing. I mean, God, there's just I had this discussion with other people as far as like if they charge $100 for that pay-per-view for AEW crossover with WWE, I would pay the $100.
Yeah, that's one of the few that I would come out.
I would pay out of my pocket for sure, just to make sure that they know that they have support from the fans, and that's something we would want to see. But,
yeah.
I mean that's we could fancy book all we want, but I don't know if that's ever gonna happen.
No, not anytime soon.
Yeah, it's still a little bit sour, but we'll see what happens with it.
But I do think it's gonna be Charlotte. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Charlotte, unfortunately. But I do like the idea as far as like if I had money to burn, I would probably throw maybe like $100 at Jordan Grace for 2,600. I mean, shit.
Especially now that she signed.
Yeah.
So I would push her to the moon. I would start off.
Yeah,
I would bring her in and let her hit the ground running.
Well, Bianca Belair she's in the top 2. She's plus 180 as an underdog.
But if Jade Cargill comes back, they're about to go into a feud. Who hurt her?
Assuming
is it Naomi or is it?
You think Jay's going to accuse her immediately, or are they going to kind of put
I don't know,
Carmelo Hayes and the trick?
Yeah, I think it's going to be one of those.
Okay.
But you can't put. I mean, you can, but I don't think they'll put. Especially with them already having the tag team championships, I don't see them putting any of them in the championship, picture right now.
I guess we'll see. But,
because then who would she face? Because she's gonna lose. I think. I don't think the Royal Rumble winner is going to win. I think because I don't think you're taking the title off of Tiffany Stratton, and I don't think you're taking the title off of Rhea Ripley.
Really?
I think it's going to be Charlotte versus Rhea, and Rhea's going to get her get back.
Wait, I thought Rhea did beat Charlotte.
Did she? Then Charlotte's going to get her get back. One of them is getting their get back.
Oh, shit. Okay, because I think she's close to matching her dad, right?
She's close. Yeah, she's not far away.
Okay, and I know we have another person that's close also matching
he's probably
Flair.
Gonna beat it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, anything else you want to end this match?
You know me. I'm looking forward to the.
This is probably the biggest question mark of them all. But I'm curious to see what they do with this. But I just hope they don't do anything stupid. Like I'll be shocked if Charlotte gets eliminated. But I think she's like I'm iffy on Charlotte, but I think she probably will win. But would I be surprised if she gets eliminated? Absolutely, I would be shocked. But especially if she's a win.
Who else makes sense?
That's my thing. I would say maybe Jordan Grace or Jade.
That's the only person to me. Jade is not gonna. They're not pushing Jade that fast. First of all, she's not good enough yet.
Oh, dude, it's been a year since she debuted at the Rumble.
And she looked like she regressed from AEW.
You think so?
In my opinion.
Well,
yes.
William Regal's there. What the fuck? What happened? Okay, I don't know. He's giving me I don't know.
But I don't. But even then, she's going to be in the who hit the Stone Cold who hit me kind of.
So here's one question: do you think we'll have another men show up at the women's Royal Rumble? Now I'm talking about like the Hornswoggles, the fucking
God, I hope not, man.
Troops, or even worse, Santino Marella.
Nah, I don't think that they're gonna do this. It's played out. You kind of did it last year with R-Truth. It was funny when he did it,
Yeah.
but God, come on, why? Why do we have to keep going there? Especially when it's kind
It
of
takes
like
away
to
from the
me,
women, you think?
not only does it take away from the women, but it's kind of like the Pat McAfee spot when he went in and it was Omos and Braun Breaker. Braun
And he
Breaker could
eliminates
sit
it.
there.
That's so stupid.
You take away a spot from somebody who could have done something with it to put in an idiot.
Yeah, okay. All right.
And to me, Pat McAfee was good enough to actually do something. So, yeah, it just is what it is. I hope they don't do that again.
All right. Well, nothing else to add on this one. I'm ready to move on. So here we go. Next one, as far as is the men's Royal Rumble. This one is going to be much more interesting. So as far as the men confirmed so far, we do have as far as John Cena, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, the Clown, Drew McIntyre, Sami Zayn, Nakamura, Logan Paul, Jey Uso, Penta, Braun Breaker, Chad Gable, Rey Mysterio.
You ain't gonna let that go, are you?
What?
You still have a problem with Seth Rollins after all this time, bro?
Bro, if he comes out like fucking Doink the Clown, wouldn't surprise me. You can shake your hair all you want, but
Why is it hurting you so
dude,
much?
dude, his
It's
gimmick is
emotionally
annoying,
a-
dude. It's annoying.
Has it emotionally scarred you?
It's just his existence in the stupid song just fucking like it gives me a headache just thinking about it. But anyway, going as far as the betting odds, currently we have John Cena being a -110 favorite. He's likely as far as expected to win, but not behind, close behind him are Seth Rollins at a +175 underdog, CM Punk at +210, Roman Reigns at +300, and as far as after that, we do have as far as yes, as far as some surprising names, The Rock is a +1200 dog, Logan Paul +2100 dog, Jey Uso +2500, Randy Orton +2800, Sami Zayn +3300. Drew McIntyre +5,000.
Damn.
Jacob Fatu +6,000. I thought it was kind of surprising. Braun Breaker is 6,600.
Wait, hold on for a second. Time out. Drew McIntyre is a +5,000?
Yes. So if you bet
Wow.
$100, you win $5,000 if Drew McIntyre wins that one.
Wow.
It gets even more interesting on some of these names they have down here. So Braun Breaker was +6,600. Drew bisexual Undertaker Damon Priest, Bronson Reed, Braun Strowman, Gunther, LA Knight, Solo, Dirty Dom are +10,000 dogs. Penta is a +12,000 dog. To me, I'm picking John Cena. I think he's a. I'm very, very. He was gonna be my lock of the night. I'm very shaky on him. This is probably the most like rusty ass lock I have right now. But John Cena is the guy I'm gonna go with as far as my lock of the night to win the men's Rumble. Just because of the fact that the story booking with him, they've cleverly as far as made him up where he has not won a match in like how long?
Fuck, it's been a long time.
It was like I heard like 2,000 or 3,000 days. Dude, he lost to Austin Theory
yeah.
at the previous fucking WrestleMania in Hollywood, and he hasn't won shit. And he made a really good point as far as argument, like this is his farewell tour, his farewell tour. He is being as far as like greeted by the fans. They are welcoming him with open arms. I'm kind of happy to see because he had a lot of heat back then. He had a lot of go-away heat, but at the time he was the right guy to push. But man, I was not a fan of John Cena either.
They should have turned him heel.
I think they were fine with not turning him heel, but
They should have turned him heel.
I think he was ready to turn heel. You ever heard about as far as the situation he was going to turn heel, but Vince said no?
And he should have turned heel.
Like Hogan?
No, like Roman.
Okay. Oh, well, I guess. I don't know. But now he's being embraced by the fans.
Fuck Hulk Hogan.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Fuck Hogan. Hogan's a piece of shit. Anyway. I'm losing my train of thought here. God. So, yeah, John Cena, as far as promo on Raw that he had, I think you remember the one I'm talking about, where he literally said, like, I really don't have a chance.
This is only shot to win the title.
This is one that or Elimination Chamber or Money in the Bank. Those are not likely, but maybe the Rumble.
But he hasn't won enough to be in Elimination Chamber or
Correct.
Money in the Bank. So this is literally his only shot, if you're looking at the power rankings, to get into
Correct.
a title shot with his farewell tour. And this is his last chance to pass Ric Flair. So
That's just insane. And I'm not a fan as far as, like, I was not a fan of John Cena. John Cena was one of the reasons why I stopped watching wrestling, especially when he beat Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania. I can't remember which Mania it was, but I told my buddy, the Bear, R.I.P. to him, that if John Cena beats Shawn Michaels, I'm done watching this shit. Sure enough, he fucking won. I stopped watching.
You know what I've always found crazy about these records, though?
What?
In order to get to 17 championships. That means you lost 16 championships.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, why are we celebrating people who have? And I mean, I guess because hey, you lost it and you had the dedication and motivation to go back and get it again, but you lost a lot.
Yeah. But their argument is gonna be, well, I won more than I lost.
No,
Yeah, I'm just saying, brother.
You still lost.
That's their argument.
You won it. 15.
I agree with you. Like,
Wait.
I think the long long reigns like Roman had earlier. Like, I think she should have passed Hulk. I don't know why they didn't do that.
Yeah,
but I think that's more impressive as far as like consecutive days being a champion is much more prestige than how many times you won.
Maybe Hulk Hogan will be a guest entrance and they'll throw him out of here like Papa Hip or something.
Maybe we'll have Mark Henry, Omos, R-Truth.
Maybe he'll pop his hip though. Maybe Hulk Hogan will come in. And then he'll pop his hip and they'll come and they'll give him one of those all real American beers or something like that.
Possible. Well, I don't know. Anyway, I don't have. Well, you know what? Regardless, like,
he is a testicle, isn't he?
Who?
Hulk Hogan. He is a testicle.
What the fuck?
Like that guy, bro.
Well, anyways, that is anyway.
Oh my god.
We can go in a big ass.
Rooted for him.
Well, dude, if you saw him when they were at the last Raw on Netflix, they booed the shit out of him.
Yeah, because people are starting to realize what Bobby Heenan used to say forever. Wait for Hulk Hogan to show you his true colors. And Hulk Hogan showed you his true colors every single time.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to believe it until he turned to the NWO. And now look, he's actually getting booed out of the stadium. Yeah. Getting booed out of the arena, stadium, wherever he is, he's getting booed.
Yeah.
I am happy.
Well, there was a funny segment, I don't know if you saw the one with Pat McAfee where they had his Hogan impersonator and saying like, oh, like the guy who impersonated Hogan was saying like, oh, like pretty much, oh, like ever since I brought Jimmy Hart, they were booing that man. That's not my fault. They booed him. But I thought it was funny. They passed on the blame on Jimmy Hart. But anyways, that's beside the point. I mean, we can get a long ass segment about Hulk Hogan. There's a lot of shit about Hulk Hogan out there if you want to watch on YouTube, if you want to know as far as what we're talking about. But I still think he was good he was necessary for the business. But
oh yeah, I won't take that away from him.
But not taking away as far as terrible. It was actually a piece of shit. But anyway, that's beside the point. Going back to actual good guy here, John Cena, who has actually been a really, really as far as solid. I guess someone.
He's been a good role model in the
yes, for the industry and also as far as passing the torch. But he's been very
No. He hasn't been great at passing the torch.
You don't think so?
No.
Well, right now I think he's kind of like
now.
He's giving the rub, brother. I was like,
now, yes,
yes.
But now, who's he giving the rub to that it actually matters?
Cody. Okay, let me explain. So here's my fantasy booking as far as why John Cena, because I was going to get into why I'm picking John Cena. One, I think he is the right guy to win the Rumble, and I think is probably the best match we can get so far. With the booking of him not having any wins in a long ass time, him possibly matching or surpassing Ric Flair's like title reign as far as
which should happen,
right? Yes. I think he's necessary for the next phase of Cody Rhodes. I think it's because I think people are starting to sour on him, and they started planting the seeds of him turning with Ventura on that Saturday night's main event where they asked like who actually used the chair, Cody Rhodes, pretty much saying that he cheated. So be careful what you ask for because Cody is a better heel in my opinion than a babyface. That's just my opinion. But they're like 49-51. But God, he's such a great babyface, but he's almost as good as a heel. But I like him as far as during the time of Bullet Club is Fine. I mean, he was just fantastic. He was probably one of the top heels, if not the best heel at that time, with that feud with Kenny Omega. But that's beside the point. I think John Cena should beat Cody Rhodes at Mania, which will in turn probably result in Cody Rhodes turning heel. And then we start to possibly get in a new phase for Cody Rhodes, see where he goes. Maybe makes up his own faction. Who knows? You can come up. I mean, Cody's a hell of a fucking like promo, and whether he's a babyface or heel. Did I ever tell you as far as the time where Britt Baker was trying to get heat? So I went to AEW in Austin, and Britt Baker was trying to get heat, and she was trying to ask
Chris.
Yes, okay. And she was like, "What's the most heat I can get?" And then Cody said, "Well, just use the line of Whataburger. Like you see a lot of confused, chubby Whataburger faces." When she said that line, that crowd fucking... I couldn't even hear Britt Baker anymore. I was like, when she said, I see a lot of confused, chubby Whataburger faces out here, that the crowd just lost it. They started booing the fuck out of her, and they were chanting Whataburger. But I thought it was funny, which is funny because you had Whataburger last night. Honestly, it was the patty melt. That was not the best patty melt, but I think the regular Whataburgers were much better. But anyway, that's beside the point.
Yeah, that patty melt was not it.
But I will say Cody is pretty good as far as garnishing heat from the fans, and I think he's a hell of a heel as well. But I believe that's probably the next face he'll go. How long? So we're not getting the fancy booking. Well, first I didn't even ask you who the fuck you got on this fucking men's Royal Rumble.
I'm gonna guess Cena.
Who would you like to see win?
Wow, who would I like? Oh.
Don't say Rollins, please, for the love of God.
No, I don't want to see. I didn't like his world championship reign when he had that long run when he was the inaugural champion. I didn't like that run.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would like to see CM Punk win for Drew to cost him the championship.
Oh, that'd be
at
beautiful.
WrestleMania.
That would be beautiful.
That would be so awesome to me.
But shout out, D is actually wearing his Drew McIntyre shirt with the CM Punk WrestleMania event. Like, it's fantastic, by the
way. But I think there are two people who I would love to see win, who I know aren't going to win it. But if I had a choice, and they were like, D, you can pick two people in the final two, who would you pick? It would be Braun Breaker and Obafemi as my two people who I would love to see win the Royal Rumble. Because I think that both of those guys are extremely talented. I think they're both really good on the mic, and they're entertaining to watch.
Yeah.
And if you're talking about an out of left field kind of, person, they're both out of left field because you wouldn't expect them. But if they won, you wouldn't look at them as how did they win this? You know what I'm saying? They are credible. Obafemi is dominant. Braun Breaker is dominant. It's not gonna happen, but just imagine those two going for a championship, whether it be Cody or Gunther. You can see either one of them beating both of those guys.
Right.
But for storyline purposes, I was one of the few people who liked John Cena. Kind of like I've always liked Kurt Angle. Even when the crowd turned on them, I still liked them. Like I liked Roman Reigns, even when the crowd turned on. I've always told you, I saw that one video of him with the kids, and the guys were trying to push away his fans, and he was like, No, don't ever push away my fans.
Yeah.
And I've always been a Roman Reigns fan, even Blue-Eyed Roman.
Oh, God.
Always liked Roman Reigns. And Cena's kind of like that, too, even though I think he should have turned heel. I always like.
So you're a fan of suffering succotash?
I didn't say I was a fan of what the fuck he said. I'm just a fan of the person and the character.
Oh, God, that was the worst, dude.
But I think for the story that they're telling, and I think it's kind of a copy of Bryan Danielson's farewell in AEW, winning the championship, and then, moving on.
Yeah.
Yes, but it's well deserved.
Yes.
And I think that Cena, of all people, since he's right there, just let him take Flair's record. Because Flair has had that record for a long time.
And you have the fans backing up Cena, like 100%. I mean, maybe 99.9%. You have an occasional hater, but I mean, this is as over he's ever been.
And then taking Cody's heel turn out of it, Cena can finally do what he should have done for the Nexus, make somebody.
Yes.
Whoever beats Cena for the championship should be, not that bullshit they did with Austin Theory, because that was fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Not the dumb shit they did with the Undertaker and him running with Undertaker. That was fucking stupid. They can legitimately...
You're talking about the squash match, right?
Yes. They can legitimately build up somebody to take out Cena. And I think that, like, for all the shit that people hate about The Miz, his match with The Rock and Cena made him who he is. I mean, he you can't deny that he's a good performer. You might not like him, but he has longevity. He's entertaining, and you can boo him or you can cheer him. Either way, he's getting a reaction. That's what they can do with somebody to beat Cena. Whoever beats Cena is going to be hopefully better than The Miz, but that person who's like, they've made them. They're a superstar now who they weren't. Dolph Ziggler's cash-in. Somebody can be made with beating John Cena. And I think that's why he needs to have this title.
Yeah.
Not to turn Cody, but just to make somebody who otherwise wouldn't be in that spot.
Well, I was going to ask as far as like anyone you would like to see, because I believe that there's a couple guys we may possibly see coming. One possibly returning Aleister Black.
I'm here for it.
Some people from as far as like from TNA, I think Joe Henry, Dolph Ziggler possibly. I did throw out as far as like the Hardys, and I don't know if you want to see Jeff Hardy just swanton drop his
No.
fat back on the.
I don't want to see him coming down the ramp trying to save somebody, dancing and jogging, which was no.
Yeah, I think we're also turning.
I'm not a Jeff Hardy fan, by the way. So.
I mean, they're legends, but I mean, I kind of don't want to see the Hardys at the Rumble, man. Just kind of like slug their way through the fucking. I mean, I'm not to say that they probably have better card than we do, but still, let's give it like the younger guys, like as far as a chance to show up there. Like,
Joe Hendry, I wouldn't mind seeing.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind seeing a Moose come out.
That'd be interesting. He'll probably
I wouldn't mind seeing him.
Just don't be like Bubba Ray or Bully Ray.
God. I wouldn't mind seeing Nick Nemeth.
I guess Nick Nemeth is not.
He wouldn't be. I don't think that like now he's under contract with. Like I think that you're doing a disservice to who they are now if you're bringing up their old WWE names.
Yeah.
Aleister Black, if that's who he comes back as instead of Malachi, I wouldn't be opposed to seeing him either.
I guess, but you're thinking you brought up one name that you were likely thinking is going to show up, which is Ricky Starks.
Yes.
I think Ricky would probably get. I don't know if he would get a reaction.
I don't know if he's out. I don't know if they've let him out of his contract yet, or if he's not under contract. I don't know what his contract situation is with AEW, but I would love to see Ricky Starks because what they've done with him is criminal. And by the way, for all of you people who thought, oh, they love AEW, AEW is shit right now, and I have no problem admitting that I am not currently watching the AEW product like that.
It's not. The booking's been kind of whatever, and they have pretty much all their guys back. Even Kenny Omega's back, and it's not. Something feels off about AEW. We'll get into that one day. I don't know when. Maybe we'll have like a recording session probably the next day or two. I'd love to get in discussion about that, but just a random conversation as far as like how, because that's something we can talk about as far as the decline of AEW. But I don't think they're gonna die yet.
No,
but
it's not going anywhere.
Yeah,
I just don't think that it's been.
It's not going. It's not taking off either. No. Shit.
It hasn't been all that good.
Yeah, but I mean, still, I think what they would. I think WWE had to played a large hand into as far as them declining because of their surgeons after Vince leaving and Triple H going.
Booking has been a big part of them declining.
Yeah,
you can still be on par with WWE if you have good booking.
Yeah,
the booking hasn't been great, but yes, I would love to see Ricky Starks, show up in WWE Royal Rumble. Yes.
So
he's one of my.
Since
favorites.
we brought up AEW Monster Transition. So the likelihood, as far as an AEW wrestler or contracted AEW wrestler showing up at the Rumble is likely zero. Yeah, there's no chance. Now, right now, there's too much.
Not right now.
Yeah, but that would be so fucking fantastic if that would happen. And I would use the thing with Triple H, like I say, it's what's best for business. That would be for what's best for business to have a crossover. Because God, man, just like, I mean that I think fans in general in wrestling would lose their fucking minds if we were to have that crossover. But I mean, that would be like peak when the invasion happened. But that
I'd have a Moxley be number 3 and get tossed out by one of their big guys that you're in WWE that you're just making.
Interesting, Moxley,
because he's been in WWE. He is the face of AEW. Let's be realistic. He has been their most consistent person, their biggest champion. Who's bigger than Moxley in AEW?
I mean, I was gonna say Will Ospreay or.
Right now,
I think.
But you built your company off the back of John Moxley.
If you ask Eric Bischoff, he thinks that Will Ospreay can't fucking draw down.
I'm not worried about that, man. John Moxley is who you built. Every time you've needed a champion, you've gone back to Moxley. You've relied on Moxley. He's built your company. So if we're fantasy booking that, I would have Moxley be there and put on a powerful performance, and then.
That'd be.
I don't know if I would have him sip on a banana pill, but I'd have him.
It'd be easy to boo him because he's supposed to be heel. But that'd be interesting to have like Roman, Seth Rollins, and John Moxley in the ring, and then have them 3 tear apart the fucking whoever's in there, have like a little shield ring. That'd be really interesting booking. I like that. I like that little idea. Or maybe you could do a little mini Bullet Club return.
And then you have them turn on John Moxley, who was the one who was the most down.
Yeah.
Right. So it'd be interesting.
I mean, you could do.
That's very, 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 very.
You could also do very interesting fancy booking of like the leaders of the Bullet Club, like you have Finn Balor and AJ Styles, Kenny Omega, Jay White. As far as like possibly kind of like do a little.
There's a ton of things that you could.
There's a lot of ways you can angle.
But right now isn't the time for it.
Yeah, obviously we can always feature fancy book, but anyone else as far as you'd like to see, or how about anyone in general you don't want to see at the Rumble?
old guys in general. Any of the old guys. I don't want to see Rob Van Dam come back. I don't want to see fucking Hacksaw Jim Duggan come
Is he still
back.
alive?
I don't fucking know. I don't want to see any of these old
Fucking
guys.
decrepit fucking.
Yeah, like I don't.
Oh, God.
I don't want to see Kane make a guest
Oh, God.
appearance. You know, I don't. Those are things that I don't want to see.
You don't want to see like Pat McAfee. It's like takes.
No, I don't want
Let's
to
let
see
the wrestlers
Pat
wrestle.
McAfee.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't want to see Bad Bunny come in and make an appearance. I don't want to see any of that bullshit. Bring people who can actually use the spot to become somebody.
Well, I don't. I don't think this is much of a spoiler, but I will throw this out there. I don't know if you know, as far as like, there's a couple of Twitch streamers that will be at the Rumble.
I don't want to see Kai Sonata, whatever his name, or ISO Speed, or IM Speed, whatever the fuck his name. I don't know these guys.
They're
to be
likely
honest.
one of them is probably.
I
in the Rumble.
hope they're not in there because why? I know you're trying to get to a different demographic, and they will bring eyes from there. They have hundreds of thousands of followers.
I would put a separate segment because it's only 4 matches. I would assume they might have a different.
Yeah,
segment.
give him a little stupid skit or some
Yeah.
shit. Don't put him in the Royal Rumble. Don't do that. That's awful. That's
You want to talk about now? You get the heat, brother. but you know, oh my god. I mean, I don't. Maybe the fans might boo them if they're in the Rumble because I think that would probably be the worst way to get these guys to get over. I don't think this is the right way. But not to take
faces
away, like,
you don't see.
unless these motherfuckers are like Logan Paul.
These are the faces you don't see, or when we're not in the same room.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. Don't bring these motherfuckers out here.
Again, unless Kaisen or Actual Speed have like tremendous amount of athlete, like as far as athletic capabilities, or tributes like a Logan Paul, because Logan Paul it way surpassed as far as expectations. But
He's an outlier,
okay,
bro.
how about
He's an
you
outlier.
can still have them there, just don't participate in the Rumble where they could
I don't
probably
have a
come out with
problem
Logan
that.
Paul,
I don't have a problem with that.
where they would have a lot of heat.
I don't even care if they interfere in the Royal Rumble on Logan Paul's behalf or something like that. That I don't care about.
If you want the most heat possible, have Logan Paul be fucking escorted by Hulk Hogan, for the love of God.
Yeah, we don't need that anymore. But I actually like Logan Paul.
Yeah, I do like him too.
If they do something to participate in the show, yes. That would be like having one of them come out at number 30. Like, I'd be pissed.
Yeah, that's stupid.
You get what I'm saying? I don't need to see them.
Okay.
But if they do want to get the eyes in there and they want to bring them out in some capacity, hey, yeah, let them slip Logan Paul the brass knucks, or while Logan Paul is trying to throw somebody out, they come and they pull him out the rest of the way. Something like that, where it starts a feud and it makes sense to do something.
Yeah.
But to just have them show up at the fuck that. Don't take a spot.
Well, look at that. I just had to throw in there because they are expected to be there, and I think they're allowed. They have rights to stream anywhere they want, so they may possibly stream in the middle of the fucking ring, which would be. You know what? Don't get me started. Anyway, yeah, I don't have anything else as far as to add on this match overall, but as far as the matches in general, I'm the men's Rumble for sure. Like,
I do have. Have they said who's number 30 for each match?
No,
So they don't do that anymore. Huh?
I guess not.
Because I remember they used to, fight
Like
for
a mini
number 30,
Rumble?
yeah,
Yeah.
or something to see who's number 30.
They should do that. I remember the best one they did was the corporate Rumble. Remember that one?
Yes.
Where Vince McMahon got hung up on the fucking button. God, oh my God.
But it's like last year when you think about it, and I hate to say this because I really like him, but it was Sammy who came out, I think, 30th.
Did he?
Right? I think Sammy was 30th in the Royal Rumble. It was just such a letdown. Because if number 30, like I said, I love to see who's coming out.
Yeah.
I didn't want to see Sammy as number 30.
I don't know, man. Like, this is in Indianapolis, right? I think.
Yeah.
It's not a Philly crowd that's going to fucking turn on the damn match like that one time. But anyway.
It's not a New York or Philly crowd. They're safe. Or Chicago crowd.
Who's more brutal, y'all or Philly?
Probably Philly.
Think so? They booed Santa Claus.
Yeah, you got the three places. The three places you don't want to get heat at, or maybe you do, is New York, Chicago, and Philly.
Oh.
Because you're gonna hear it.
Yeah.
You're gonna hear it in those three places.
Yeah, we'll see what it goes. I think, and unfortunately, this is the last time they're going to have, well, next year's Rumble will be in foreign soil. They're going to have as far as in Jeddah or Saudi Arabia, which is so stupid, but anyway. But they got a lot of heat pushed back. Maybe they'll change their mind. We'll see. But anything else you want as far as last thoughts you want to add to the men's Rumble or as far as the Rumble in general?
Still surprised there's only 4 matches.
You feel like there's going to be segments in there? I think they do.
They're definitely going to have segments, but I'm still surprised there are only 4 matches in that DIY versus the Motor City Machine Guns are one of the matches on the card. That's actually very surprising
I
to
think
me.
it's probably like a 3 hour card, bro. I mean, they've kind of been cutting the
No, I
cards a
get that,
lot.
but I still am surprised that that's the match and there's only four. You would think that they would have, something else. I guess you get your surprises and your twists and turns from the Royal
Maybe they're
Rumbles.
putting all their thoughts and ideas into their men's and women's room, which I'm okay with.
There's no
Okay,
difference.
so on this, okay, so I was gonna say this is the last thing I was gonna bring up as far as thoughts. Do you see this could probably be one of the best rumbles we've had? Is this potentially one? Could be potentially one of the best rumbles we've
I
had.
mean, every year is potentially one of the best Rumbles because the talent just keeps getting better and better.
Yeah,
And I don't think that you'll have as many spots like that Ricochet and Logan Paul spot. I don't think you'll have as many of those because you don't have as many people. No, you don't. I don't think. I don't know if you have the caliber of wrestler in there like that this year. You might see a Kofi Hope spot. Where he
but he's a heel now.
still might see it, and they're booing for it,
Yeah,
and that'll get him even more heat because then he'll gesture to the crowd or say something. So you never know. But I mean, there's always a possibility. It all
yeah,
depends on what they do and how they do it. Especially with who you have in there now with like CM Punk and Cena, you can have them do little, feuds and who you decide to bring in from NXT because maybe you're bringing a Trick Williams or somebody. You do have Carmelo Hayes in there who can do some, pretty amazing things. You probably have a Montez Ford in there who can do some pretty amazing things. Logan Paul who can do. So I mean, you do have a lot of people who can put on a show.
yeah.
So I think that the women's one might be the best. I think the women's one might be the
Better than
best.
the men's. I don't
I,
know,
I don't know if
man.
it'll be better than the men's. They do have a strong possibility because they have some really really good women right now.
Yeah,
But I think this could be the best women's Royal Rumble that there's been so
yeah.
far.
Let's not bring any more Michelle McCools or fucking what's that? The
Kelly
redhead.
Kelly's,
Oh God.
Maria. No, I don't mind Maria Canellas, but no more Kelly Kellys and those guys. Tori Wilsons, you can keep them.
Yeah.
You have real wrestlers now.
True. Yeah, like let's pull up the young talent from NXT as well. Like there's a lot of female
Hmm.
talent they have there. So let's showcase this new stuff and see how it goes. But hopefully it's a decent show. I just hope that no one gets hurt in this thing because it's like this is like
Yeah, knock
probably a
on
high
wood.
probability that someone could potentially get hurt or wound. Like as far as like I don't want to say anything but like to jinx anything, but I just hope it's a decent show. I feel like WWE will do everything they can to possibly because right now they have the momentum above AEW, and I think they want to keep that pushing going into Mania. But we'll see.
I just don't. I'm over the whole. I've never been part of the AEW WWE bullshit that
Yeah,
people do, but I'm just over it
tribalism.
anyway. It's just
Enjoy wrestling.
they're two shows. They're two different shows. I want them both to succeed because one, I like to watch wrestling, and it's better when they're two good companies. Even when you have TNA and all that, it's even better when they have wrestlers have options
Yeah,
because now you have to put on a good product because you want wrestlers to come to you because why would I go to a place that has a shit product?
true.
So I think that with the negotiation power that there is now, with the I guess you want to call it competition, but the fact that wrestlers have more of a choice, I don't want to see a WWE or AEW. I want there to be a WWE and AEW all at all times.
Right.
So I'm not even looking at the momentum. I'm just hoping that WWE puts on the best Royal Rumble that they can put on.
Yeah, focus on your own
Yeah,
product.
not to beat AEW, but to put on the best WWE Royal Rumble that they can be.
I think as long as they can. I think okay. So what's the worst outcome for the men's
Hulk
and the women?
Hogan.
Oh fuck off. I think the best outcome for the men's would be Cena winning. Worst outcome would probably be maybe a heel,
Hulk
like a
Hogan winning.
solo. I guess whatever.
That would be the worst thing.
Oh well, I guess. Why would Hogan be there? What the fuck? Okay. Well,
I
anyway.
was here the other
Well,
day.
what about the women's? The worst outcome would be Charlotte winning. Is that the worst one? Best one would be probably I like Jordan Grace.
That would be to me the best.
That'd be cool.
Um, I think the worst would probably be like a Naomi winning. I don't.
Naomi, what
Yeah, I'm
the
not a big
fuck?
fan of Naomi.
What about Rhea winning? Like, why would Rhea win?
Yeah, like I don't
That's
want to.
stupid.
Now you have nobody to. I don't know.
Unless they turn Rhea into like a Brock Lesnar spot where she just eliminate everybody.
I don't want to see her do that either.
Okay, well, whatever. Anyway, anyways, I have nothing else. But any final thoughts?
No, I just hope that it's a good pay-per-view.
I'm hoping we start because the Rumble will start in a couple hours, but I know you're gonna be here for a couple more days in San Antonio.
Yeah.
I know you're looking forward to, but happy you're here in San Antonio, man.
I
Hopefully you come back.
appreciate it.
Shout-
It's nice that everybody welcomed me
Yes.
with open arms. It's been a great experience so far, and I'm glad I made the trip.
Yeah,
I'm
we
glad
still
I
got
made
a
the
couple
trip.
things to travel around San Antonio, the tourist trap that's called the Alamo.
Yeah.
And also as far as like, well, I know you wanted to shoot some guns in the range, so we'll go there and barbecue as well. So
Yeah,
looking
so we
forward
got a
to that.
lot to do.
Although we're trying to be very health conscious because like we kind of feel it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So for Ray, this for D, I am Ray.
Yeah.
We'll talk to you guys later.
Peace.